Hey everyone, it's Joanne and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing another book review video. And the book I'm going to be reviewing today is Darken by Kiersten White. This is book one in her new series. I'm not sure what it's called because Goodreads has it listed as two different series. It's either the Darken series or it's the Conqueror Saga. But I have mentioned before in other videos that this is my #1 most highly anticipated book of 2016. And I could not wait to get it and read it. I will say that while I do like this cover, I like the paperback cover a lot more, and I'll show it over here. And it's just a picture of a girl I assume is Lada, but it just looks more like fierce than. So let's get started with the review. Like I said, this is book one in her new series. This book is a historical fiction, or it can also be considered an alternate history young adult book. This book is based on the life of a historical figure called Vlad the Impaler, who was the king and ruler of his country called Wallachia. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it. I looked up pronunciations and that's what I heard, so let me know if I'm saying it wrong, but I'm pretty sure that that's how you say it. And his country was near Transylvania. This book is an alternate history of his life because the main character is not a boy like he was. It's a girl, and the girl is named Lada. I'm going to say right now I gave this book 5 out of 5 stars. However, I did not like it as much as I wanted to, and as much as I thought I was going to do. And I know that in a few other videos I said that that would be like the most disappointing thing in the world, which it still is disappointing that I didn't like it as much, but there is a reason why I'm okay with that, and I will talk about that later in the video. So basically I'm going to give a short summary about this book. The book starts off with Lada's birth. Her father is Vlad Dracul. He expected a boy, he got Lada instead, and he was upset about that. Lada also has a brother named Radu. Lada's father becomes the prince or the ruler of Wallachia, and he has enemies. One day he goes to the Ottoman Empire, which Vlad, their father, hates, and Lada hates them too. And they go there because he needs help and he needs support from the Ottomans to fight the people that are trying to invade his country. So the Sultan Murad, he agrees to support Lada's father Vlad and to fight against his enemies if he leaves Lada and Radu in their care. So basically he's leaving them as hostages. In order for them to live and for the Ottomans not to kill them, Vlad has to comply with what the Ottomans say, and if he goes and rebels against the Ottomans or do anything, they will kill Lada and Radu. And then the book is about them growing up, because by the time they get to the Ottoman Empire, Lada is about 13 and Radu is about 11. They grow up throughout this book into their later teens, I think like 17 or 16. And this is about their life, how both of them handle being in the Ottoman Empire, how they handle becoming friends with the Sultan's son, Mehmed. Pretty sure I'm not saying that right. The one thing I do want to say is that this book, and from the synopsis, you think that the main character is Lada, but it's not true. Radu is a main character also. The book is told in alternating chapters between Lada and Radu. So Radu is a main character in this book. Now I'll just talk about the characters. First is Lada. I am not sure how I feel about her. Sometimes I loved her, sometimes I hated her. She is definitely ruthless, she is savage, she is tough, and she's always angry, and she's angry that her father left her. She's angry that her father showed weakness by going to the Ottomans for help. She's angry that she has to be in the Ottoman Empire. She hates them and she hates everything around them. She hates that she's a girl. I think that's the one thing that if you take away from this book, you will know about Lada. She hates being a girl. When she was young, she tried so hard to impress her father and be what her father wanted her to be, or to be more than what her father expected of her. That means being more ruthless than the boys, and she is really, really ruthless. She's very temperamental. She gets angry so easily and says things in the heat of the moment. Be a massive bitch. And the whole thing is her breaking out of the mold of what women want to be. She doesn't want to get married. She's terrified of being arranged in a marriage where the husband will rule over her. She's a very hard person, and she doesn't show emotion really easily. She is really mean to Radu at times, which bothers me because I really like Radu. But you can see in her own way how much she loves him and she protects him and cares about him. And some of the things that she does is her way of showing that she cares about him. It's just that it's in a more hard, vicious way. Lada is a super strong character. There's no doubt about it. She's super strong, she's kick-ass, and she's very ruthless. Next is Radu, and I love him. He is the complete opposite of Lada, where Lada is all action and jumping and fighting. He takes more of a backseat. He's more like espionage and like spying. Radu is very sensitive. His father doesn't like him because he doesn't think that Radu could ever be a man, that Radu is a whiny baby, and in the beginning he is. When he's young, he's a crybaby. But I still really liked him. He's a lot more sensitive. He cares about people. He shows his caring. Where Lada hates everything about the Ottomans, he embraces everything. He finds peace within himself. He finds peace within the religion, the Islamic religion, and he just takes everything in where Lada pushes everything away. Radu is constantly tortured by Lada and the boys that she's with. In the beginning, it was her childhood friend. Then it was one of the Janissaries who becomes her friend. They're constantly putting Radu down, calling him a baby, saying he's worthless and everything like that. And I just really feel bad for him because all he wants is a safe place to live. He wants a place where he could be himself, where he could be in a safe place and he doesn't have to worry about being murdered every 5 minutes. As he grows up, he's amazing. Radu is able to do things that Lada can't, while Lada is the one protecting and fighting and doing other things. He's the one moving around the social circles. He's the one finding out which people can betray Mehmed, which ones to get close to, which ones he needs to watch out for. And he could smile, and he's very charming, and he can wine and dine everybody. He says such beautiful words to people, and he knows how to charm people. So he knows how to get on people's good side, and he puts himself in a position of power where he could spy on everybody, and he could tell all the information that he finds out to Mehmed. Where Lada can't do that because Lada's rude to everybody, and nobody really likes her there. Next is Mehmed, who is the Sultan's bastard son. And Mehmed becomes best friends with both of them. He loves Lada because of her fierceness and how strong she is and that she could protect him. And he loves Radu for his sensitivity, and he feels like he can talk to Radu about certain things that he can't talk to Lada about. He considers them his best friends and they're his best advisors. He doesn't want either of them to leave him, and he just really, really loves them. And he's a really nice guy. He's trying to do the right thing. He's trying to be a good sultan. And it's hard for him because nobody in the kingdom wanted him to become sultan. Everybody hated him, and he's trying to do the best that he can. The two places that this book is set in is in Wallachia and in the Ottoman Empire. The two settings are completely different. In Wallachia, everything seems dark and hard and cold and just like a foreboding place. And everything in the Ottoman Empire is lively, bright colors, so much enrichment, education happens, seems so much more plentiful. You can see that the Ottoman Empire is a lot more wealthy than Wallachia, and they're able to afford more luxuries than Wallachia is able to. So there's a huge contrast between the two. And you could see where Lada would fit in Wallachia, while Radu would fit in the Ottoman Empire. There is a little bit of romance going on in the book. There is no love triangle in it, thank God. There is romantic feelings happening between two characters. There's hints of LGBTQ feelings going on in there, which I thought was awesome. I just really liked that it was included in this book, and it was awesome. I really did like it, and the person who has those feelings, I hope like the best thing happens for them because they deserve it. There is some action that happens in this book that includes Lada in it, but there's really not that much. It's mainly about their day-to-day lives and how they grow into teenagers in this empire. Another thing is the brutal way that the Ottomans kill people or execute people. You could see that this is where the real Vlad has gotten his ideas for killing people in history, and you can see where this is where Lada would start to get the ideas, because they impale people. Like, they stick like a wooden stake up the rear end and leave a person hanging there, so that way the person slides down the pole and the point of the stake comes up either through the mouth or through the throat. It's a very agonizing and painful way to die, and it's described in this book, so that is really like bloody and gory. Vlad was called Vlad the Impaler for a reason, so you could see that the Ottoman Empire kind of is showing Lada basically what her legacy is going to be, which is pretty scary because she was like 13 when she first saw that, so that's pretty creepy. The reason that I am not so upset that this book did not become like the best book that I read all year is because it sets up for the next book, which I expect or hope that is going to be a lot more brutal than this one was. So I'm hoping that the second book in this series will live up to my high expectations to really get into the history of Vlad himself, like the things that he did. I guess I'm just weird like that because I want to read about the atrocities that he did, and I want to read about it in this series. Vlad is a girl, so I'm hoping that that book is a lot more brutal than this one, because I was expecting that in this book and didn't really get it, but this book is a good setup for the rest of the series, and I can't wait to read it. So that's it for my review. Thank you guys for watching. You could let me know down below if you read this book and what your thoughts are. And I will see you next time with another video. Bye!